We're
Tell me
on a
about
week,
these
but we're
tell me about these gambling rules, Christian, because I thought this was because it says on or after May 2, but I feel like you brought up the Iowa State gambling thing before May 2. And then the other thing is this has been going on forever. Like I feel like you brought this up many months ago. When do we get some information on it?
it's a great question. I'm so surprised we haven't heard anything. I'm so surprised the names haven't gotten out. I've heard the names, but don't know if they're for sure, so I'm not gonna say anything. But it looks like the NCAA is kind of laying out their updated rules on how they're going to penalize these athletes, which definitely be different from previous punishments the NCAA has levied against gambling. In that video I did like I don't know, I guess a month or two ago now. I mentioned the Virginia Tech football player who bet on an NBA game like $30 and missed like 7 games, which is
Yeah, so
obviously
crazy.
over half the season. But you look here at the like they are sort of tiering their punishment based on how much money is gambled. So like if you gamble 200 or less, it's sports wagering rules and prevention education. So
There
like
we go.
basically nothing. So this guy who had to sit 7 games in this scenario would just get, you know, prevention education. 200 to $500 is a loss of 10% of a season. 501 to $800 is 20% of the season. More than 800 is loss of 30% of the season of eligibility. And all these people have to do the what I'll call the driver's education course that you get when you get the speeding tickets.
There is a big caveat though to
Hit
this.
me. Oh
It's
yeah, if you bet on your own stuff.
if you
Yeah, which
not even your own stuff, your own school.
Ooh,
that's fair though. That's fair
yeah,
because I mean, like you guys are all the athletes are, they're usually just studying one place together. They're dining one place together. They know, you know the things about your school, so you should not be able to do that.
yes,
But it's like death penalty. It's not a season. You are done with college
Wow,
sports.
I actually
Potentially,
don't hate that.
you
I
you
think
potentially face permanent loss of all collegiate eligibility in all sports, is how they worded it. Potentially, there's the potentially in there. So, there might be a caveat of, if a University of Iowa wrestler bet on Caitlin Clark and Iowa to win
mm-hmm,
the women's basketball championship, maybe they're like, well, you bet on them to win. It doesn't seem like you had any knowledge of something specific that you used.
right.
Okay, we're only going to take away a season. I assume that's what that means. Whereas obviously, if you're like, hey, I know whoever the quarterback is injured and not going to play, then I bet against Iowa. That's probably termination.
Yeah, I actually don't hate that. I think kids should be able to gamble in college, but yeah, gambling on your own school because you probably have some information, probably not kosher.
gotcha. Um, yeah, I'm with that too. I think you bet on your school and you're already they and first of all, I'll mention this. All these kids know. They all know the rules. This is like
Yeah,
there's not like, oh,
they
I know
hammer
it.
you.
They freaking knew. The lengths that these schools go to make
Yes.
sure they don't do something like this are extensive. And kids, young adults, whatever they are, they're foolish at times. They make foolish decisions, and
Yes,
so
that happens.
I yeah, you want to bet on an NFL game, all right, it's different. But if you're betting on your school or against your school, you play the game, so
Yeah.
that's
I
you kind of
actually
get
think
what
you
you get.
kind of should be able to bet on your team. I
That's
didn't like
just a
the
little
Pete.
extra motivation.
Well, yeah, the Pete Rose thing, like he bet on himself. Like that's awesome. He should bet on himself. I don't see the issue.
That's the
But if
Floyd
you're betting,
Mayweather strategy right there.
yeah, if you're betting against yourself or betting against your team to like cover the spread or something, now we got issues here. But like you put money on yourself, you should be able to do that to win.
Yep, agreed. Um, totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Wait, no, I don't agree.
It's a slope.
Why not?
Just stay. No, you gotta stay away from it.
Why
Just
not?
no.
Why
Well,
not? If you
one,
think I'm gonna win and the odds makers don't have enough faith in you, you have more faith in yourself, you should be able to bet on that.
One, are we have to just check on every bet and see where it's placed now?
Well,
Just
that's what they're
stay out of it.
doing. Yeah, they're doing that. Yes, they can do that. That's easy, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Well, as long
Just
as
stay
bets are
out.
placed online,
Yeah.
which I assume is how these athletes were caught,
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
through apps that you
they
have to
did it.
enter your identity into. Because if you go into like
Yeah.
an actual sports book, you know, it's not as easy to track.
Yeah.
Name and so they include their names and social security numbers. It's like pretty easy.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy to track. Yeah, yes, you should not be
Yeah,
able to bet against yourself. But
nah,
I think you should be able to bet. If you think if you're gonna whoop someone, go for it.
nah. Get it
PP
out.
doesn't want
You
Pete
want?
Rose in the Hall of Fame either.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. That's
Hater. Well,
nonsense.
then you're being hypocritical right now.
No, I don't think you should be allowed to do it, but I don't think I should like exclude you from, and we should have to pretend like you weren't one of the greatest hitters of all time. That's dumb. Two things are totally separate.
But okay, but am I correct? Pete Rose only bet on himself. Like he didn't bet against
That's
himself.
what he claims.
Well, do we know or not?
No, we don't know.
Well, he had to go through
It's
bookies back then, so
Sure.
yeah, it's
Oh.
not it. Yeah, he wasn't on DraftKings.
Maybe he was betting with Bitcoin, so we could go back and follow his
He was.
transactions in
He was.
1970s.
Yep. 1970s Bitcoin, pre-internet. Pete was ahead of the curve in so many areas. Yeah, all those people should be in. The steroid users should all be in.
I agree.
All the
Hey, you're gonna love this, Christian. You know what my wife had me do last week? She wanted to
No.
watch Rookie of the Year. Can you believe
Great
this?
one.
I
Great
knew
movie.
you'd love it. I knew you'd love it. But we'll watch it again. There's one part where they have real baseball players where he's throwing against real baseball players. Okay, like and it's just like a quick their face. You know, like where the different hitters come up. Go look at how small Barry Bonds is. So that's probably what 92 or 93 or something like that.
Yeah, 93, 94, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
Bro.
he's so tiny.
Well, he's
all those
so
guys.
small.
Like, look at Ken Griffey Jr. as a rookie too, versus how he ended his career.
Yeah.
Well, you stop with King Griffey. He was clean. But
I'm just saying, like size wise, just a scrawny 18-year-old coming into the league.
But that was Barry, like height of his powers, and then well, so we thought, and then he hit another level when he got on the juice and became like the biggest freak of all baseball players. Yeah, he was so lean with the Pirates there.
And now jiu-jitsu blue belt.
Blue belt.
Oh yeah, I saw that.